everybody, I am El Bristow and you are watching the Ellitopia Gaming channel, and we are back with Kerbal Space Program live here on Friday night at twitch.tv/El Bristow. And today I've got something a little bit experimental that I want to try. We've had a successful mission to meet an asteroid. We did that last week after a failed attempt the week before. Last week we did successfully meet up with the asteroid, and if you missed that mission you can check that out on YouTube, youtube.com/EllitopiaMC. So today what I thought we would do is have a look at something, an idea that I came up with a little while ago, and I want to see basically if it works. Now, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago we launched one of the Soyuz pods from the Ellitopia Space Station, and we haven't yet replaced that, so there is only one person operational on our space station at the moment, so we need to get a pod up there to replace that. Now we have where are we? We have a lander, this one, not a lander, we have a rocket set up that we used before, which sent, here we go, these are our pods that we are sending up, and this was quite successful in getting a pod up there for us. But I came up with a possible design that might be a bit more efficient, and it actually means that we don't use any of the solid rocket fuel. I don't think we even need these. What we do need is probably, where is it? Let's think. No, these are attached all wrong, so I'm going to have to start from where are we? Up here somewhere. Let's go for there. So if I remove that, we have our pod and a fuel tank with an engine on it, and we're going to build on that. And what we're going to do is we're going to have one fuel tank here with a big liquid fuel engine on it, and we are going to attach 4 decouplers to it. Now, before, when we've made rockets like this, we've used what's referred to as the asparagus staging system, and what that kind of means is the rocket goes up and you'll have, you know, perhaps 4 tanks on the sides, and you use 2 of the tanks first, and then they come off, leaving 2 of the tanks full of fuel, and then when they're empty, those tanks come off, leaving the center tank full of fuel. But I've come up with a possible idea for what I'm referring to as the banana staging system, or Bananaskin Staging System technically. And the idea behind the Bananaskin system is that you keep the bottom engines attached throughout the launch and peel away empty fuel tanks from the top of the engine stack, which is a slightly kind of radical way of doing things. But in my tests it's actually been remarkably effective and quite efficient on fuel. So that is what I'm going to try today. Now that's not going to go on there while that's like that. So let's rotate, no, here we go, something like that. Will that now let me put that, whoops, not there. No, it's not going to, is it? Because these engines are a bit big. I did this with a smaller pod before. Okay, so let's rotate that back round to where it was then, so that we are, oops, roughly straight. Okay, and we'll stick a slightly smaller tank on the top of there. Now these need to be, these stack decouplers don't allow fuel through them. So what we have to do is... Whoa, that's not what I told you to do. We want that. So we've set up these fuel pipes here, and what that will do is as this fuel tank empties, it will actually be feeding its fuel down into this tank underneath it, and then we do the same here to feed this fuel down into that tank underneath that, and then at the bottom we zoom right in and we hold on, get somewhere where we can see what we're doing. There we go. And we have one there which will connect to there, so they will all feed the centre tank. We will also need some struts, something like that. Nope, that's not right. Whoops, that's what I want. Right, we'll do it sideways then, so we'll go from, say, there to there, and there to there, and then we'll do the same down here, one there to there, whoops, and one there to there. Not very tidy, but never mind. So that will hold all those in place, and then obviously we need engines on the bottom of these. We'll have the smaller gimbling engines on there. There we go. And we will have some structural supports. Moving down. Something like that. Now hopefully what this is going to do is we will launch, obviously all 5 of these tanks will fire. These 4 tanks on the top here will empty first. As soon as they empty, we will decouple them. Now if we do that, they're not going to go anywhere. So what we need is some of these guys, the Separatrons. Which way round? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll need these all the way down. 1 there. 1 there. In fact, we don't need the bottom one. Thinking about that. Like that. Okay. Looking pretty wacky in true Kerbal style. Now we need to make sure our staging is right, which is very important on this launch. So we want these 4 engines there and that centre engine to fire with them. Then we have... So we were up here, we need to add a stage in here and bring this engine down here, which is that one there. Then we have to manually undock that fuel tank. Then they can fire, and then that's for the return. Okay, so this is going to be, we can't give it the same name, this is going to be the Bananaskin 1. Oops, not Banaskin. A Banaskin? A Bananaskin. Bananaskin. This launcher is an experimental rocket to test the new Bananaskin Staging System. This could be an historic day or a cloud of smoke and fire. So, the Bananaskin 1 looks ready for its first test. So we're going to save this, we're going to send it out to the launch pad, and then we need to line up ready for our space station. So we need to make sure that we are launching when our space station is roughly overhead. Aha! Here we go. So here we are on the launch pad with the Bananaskin 1. We need to head out to the map to find out where our space station is, and actually it's not that far away. We can set it as a target, and we will wait until it's around here somewhere. I say wait. Wait is probably the wrong word. There we go. So our space station is roughly overhead, and I forgot to look at what altitude we've got it flying at. It's at 328,000 meters, so that's what we're aiming for. The Bananaskin 1 is ready to launch with Jebediah on board. He is brave, the only one brave enough to test this wacky staging system. And I believe we are ready for launch. Our SAS is on, our throttle is up. We don't need it at full throttle, so we're going to go at probably 70%, and we'll see how that goes. We will have our resources on screen. Now you'll see that the way I launch this will be quite different to how I've launched previous rockets, because I have to monitor what's going on with the fuel flow. This could be interesting. Are we ready for launch? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. That's too slow. I'm putting the throttle up. We are away. Let's monitor this fuel. You can see this fuel disappears pretty quickly. And as it disappears, we will be detaching. Ready? Whoa, okay. They kind of went bang, but I don't think they hit anything important. So now we've got to monitor these fuel tanks and see how these do. And they're doing okay. So we're coming up on 3,500 metres. We will start our usual gravity turn at around 10,000 metres, as we always do. I believe these tanks will probably detach before we reach 10,000 metres, or possibly just as we reach 10,000 metres. We'll have to see. It's 7.5, yeah, so we're looking at 8 or 9, so we're ready for these to detach. Ready? There they go, that was much more successful. So our first set probably had the angle slightly wrong. And we are now at 10,000 metres, so we are now heading over to do our gravity turn, heading to 45 degrees, or actually just off east, because our space station isn't quite due east. These are now burning down slowly. You can see we're already at 20,000 metres. And we're accelerating really quickly. Our apoapsis is at 42,000, coming up on 45,000. So we are very quickly going to be there we go, coming into an orbital. Oh, something. Yeah, they finished. Get rid of them. Make sure we're at 100%, which we are. Let's bring ourselves down a little bit. There we go. So we're at 50,000. Our apoapsis is at 105 now. We want to get that obviously up to the 300s. 312 is up there. Hopefully there'll be enough fuel in this stage to do that. There might not be. Yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. But that's not a terrible thing. There we go, that's run out, so we can dump that now. And then... Ooh, let's line ourselves up slightly differently. And fire that one. And that will hopefully get us the rest of the way. Are we on the same? Oh, we're not quite. We need to correct our inclination slightly. To there. Or thereabouts. 0.4. 0.2. 0.1, that'll do. So, which way is it? Yeah, I went the right way, that's good. So we need to burn this way to correct our inclination. Okay, that should have done that. Close that. We are now 0.1 degrees off, so that's good. And we can head back to our prograde marker and continue accelerating to bring our apoapsis up. Just going to push it round hopefully so that we meet it over here somewhere. Plenty of fuel in this stage. Here we go. Now as soon as we see any intersect markers, we want to be stopping. Right, so we'll stop just as it comes up there. So, can we do this in one manoeuvre? No, we're a bit far behind. So, what we will do is up here we will burn to bring our periapsis up. Did that go past that then? No. Right. So, right, we need to catch up with it. So, we will bring our periapsis up so that it's not quite... There we go. So we're going to be outside of the atmosphere, but still inside the orbit of the space station, and then we can start adjusting our burn so that we get a rendezvous. So let's get ourselves lined up, and then we can speed ourselves up. Whoa, come back. And yeah, we'll speed ourselves up. That says a 1 minute burn. I don't know how accurate that is. 1 minute 30 burn. So we're going to need to burn at about 45 seconds. There. So let's burn there. Wow, that really was accurate. Okay. I believe we've got enough fuel to do this. Basically at the moment all I'm interested in is getting our periapsis so that we're not inside the planet when we orbit, and that will allow us to catch up with the space station, hopefully in one orbit. There's the other pod. Got to bring that one home somehow. Just waiting for our periapsis to pop up, which will be coming in a moment. Here it comes. Okay, that'll do us. So, let's clear this out of the way. There we go. So, on our next orbit, we will actually be behind it. No, we'll be ahead of it. Right, so if we speed ourselves up, yeah, we can bring ourselves back to meet it. Let's see how close we can get this. Oh, 1.6 kilometres. That can't be too bad. 1.9. Going the wrong way. 5.5. One kilometre, there we go. So, if we do this burn, another 16-second burn, we should be roughly in a position to rendezvous with the space station on our next orbit. Speed us up a little bit. Be burning at T-minus 8 seconds, which is there. Did that very slightly late, but never mind. Kerbal wouldn't be fun if it was accurate and easy. In fact, let's get rid of that and we'll watch these and see how they go. Whoa, okay. We'll do this manually because our target would have been off slightly. A little bit of tweaking here and there. So we are currently 33 kilometres off. Twenty-five, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14. Ah. That doesn't look so great, does it? Does that mean it's barely a... No, it's definitely an intersect. Right, we're either... oh dear. 0.6 kilometres away or 367 kilometres away. I'm going to hope that it's 0.6. Let's see what happens when we speed things up. Yeah, that says 0.6. Even that's only 52 kilometres away. So... now we are coming round. Right, so we have a planned intersect with a separation of, I think, 0.6 kilometres, which kind of works with what we've got going on here. We've switched to target velocity so that we can slow ourselves down. We're going to do that a bit nearer, obviously. How far away are we at the moment? Distance, 52 kilometres, so there it is there. So we can't be too far off a docking. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, we can't be too far off the right speed by the time we get round there. Our speed is dropping, so I'm going to leave it as late as possible to slow us down. I'm going to slow us down probably here, I think, in the hope that we will be almost bang on. So let's take us round bit. Distance of 6 kilometres. Okay, we're only at 82 meters per second relative to it. We can almost see it. In fact, we're heading almost straight for it. Which isn't bad. Let's slow ourselves down to... I don't know, something like 50. Whilst trying to... There we go, 56. Trying to correct our trajectory on the way. See how that does us. We're only 2 kilometres away, so it won't be long until we are ready to try a docking. This could be interesting. The first launch of the Bananaskin Staging System appears to have been successful so far, and we've left absolutely no debris so far. We'll probably end up leaving this fuel tank as debris, but if we're clever we can probably dock it with the station. And here we are, we're a kilometre away, so we need to slow ourselves right down now. Let's not lose our target. Go 9 meters a second, and here it comes. Only 200 meters away. This has been a very efficient launch. The only way it could have been more efficient is if we'd have not had to go around the planet once. But can't really beat that. Right, now we need to be basically stopping. 0.1 meters a second. Not bad. Now we do have RSS boosters on this. What fuel's left? See, there's like 2/3 of a tank of fuel in that still. We need some way of doing this so that we can dock this and still have the fuel tank attached, but that's not very straightforward, unfortunately. So, now what we need to do, we're going to need to leave this... going to need to leave this fuel tank here. So let's spin ourselves round. Point ourselves at the target, and we can then undock. There we go. And we need our RCS on now. I said RSS earlier, didn't I? That's a XML syndication feed. We're not using one of those. We're using RCS. And get ourselves away. Oh, hang on, our camera's wrong. Let's get to chase cam. There we go. Let's head over to the station. Now, where is the other one attached? There. So we need to go above the station. I am a nerd, indeed. Have you seen my t-shirt today? There you go. I am a nerd, it's confirmed. That fuel tank's going to be wasted, isn't it? It's a bit too far away, I think. But there you go, we've got a spare refueling depot just kind of hovering there. This is where I go very quiet. Because I'm doing very intricate maneuvers. Slow ourselves down. Here we go. Right. So now we need to set that as our target. And I think I just collided with the space station. That's never good. Right, control from here. So we're now working backwards. Which means we're going this way now. Can't do that because we're still too close to the station. Let's turn off the SAS for the moment. Oops, wrong one. I'm going off target, aren't I? Yep. Come on, Doc. That lamp's in the... No, there we go. Wow, that was a relatively easy docking. I must be getting good at this. So there we go. Jebediah Kerbal is now up with our space station. Who have we got? It's rotating a bit. Hang on, SAS on. Stop it. Turn the RCS off. Right, who's in there? Gerwin Kerbal is in there. So Jebediah is our new scientist for our orbital science lab. So let's get him out on EVA. And let go. Turn on your boosters. Boosters. Where's the door? There it is. You can come this way. There we go. And board. There we go. Our space station is now operational again. And this is still full of fuel. That one is empty. That one's still full. So in theory we can take this fuel and store it in here. There we go. And this fuel, because we stole all the monopropellant last time, we can put in there. I think that one's empty as well, isn't it? Oh no, that monopropellant's not empty either. So we'll put some of that in here as well, because it's more important in the space station than it is in the pods. There we go. And these... Some of them have used their fuel. But they're okay. We can live with that. So there we go. A successful launch. There's that fuel tank. The Bananaskin 1 debris. Careful we don't slip on that. That's... Sorry, that was really bad. I can't help it. You can't blame me though. We've left a banana skin floating in space. So there we go. A successful launch of my experimental banana skin staging system, which has worked out very, very well. Now I don't know the numbers. I don't know how efficient this was in comparison to, you know, an asparagus staging system or some other staging system. However, this was successful, and with only very minor hiccups, which was the collision with the tank, the first set of tanks, as we let them go. So I'm tempted to say that this is a successful staging system. Now I open it up to the community, both here on Twitch, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I open it up to you guys too, to test this theory of the Bananaskin staging system, to see if this is in fact more efficient or less efficient than an asparagus staging system. The reason I believe it would be a more efficient system is because all of the engines are attached throughout, obviously until you empty all 4 of the outside tanks, and you're shedding the excess weight as you go along. So technically the thrust to weight ratio is always improving. So I can't help but think that that would make it more efficient than your asparagus staging, because asparagus staging, you dump an entire engine and all the empty tanks along with it at once. So at some point you're pushing empty tanks along, and then you lose the engine, so you lose the thrust as well. So I'm fairly sure that this is a pretty efficient staging system, but we'll have to see. We shall have to see. By all means, post comments and let me know if you do experiment with this system to see if it is more efficient, to see if you can see any major flaws in the system. I'm happy to tweak it and work on it. But I think from now on I'm going to probably start using this banana skin method. Let's see if it catches on, shall we? So there we go, a successful launch. Jebediah is now manning our mobile processing lab in orbit with the Ellitopia Space Station, 313 kilometers above Kerbin at night. So we're going to leave him there to do his thing and head back to the Space Centre to get our guys ready for another mission. Now I think we're going to leave Kerbal there for now, for this live stream, and for this video if you're watching this on YouTube. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch, don't forget to follow so that you get notifications next time we go live. And we are going to jump over to some Minecraft. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. See you later, guys.